The turf has a big field, but there's a decent amount of early speed, which should string out the field and make for a fair test. Anthony Van Dyke will take money because of his connections in his Epsom Derby win, but he's never run fast enough to contend, and Lasix didn't help him much last year. Arklow has always been solid and broke through with a new top last time that would put him right in this if he can repeat it. As previously noted, Cox has not done well at Santa Anita, and this horse is likely to bounce a little, but he's usable. Bandua ran a huge new top in February, and it took him 6 months to get back to it in the million. He bounced last time, and it's probably too soon to run it again, but if he does, he could get a piece of this. Bricks and Mortar was a very good grass 3-year-old before going wrong. Since he's come back, he's run his best every time, and his best is very likely to be good enough here. We have no reason to think he can't handle a little more distance, and Chad is pretty good at this. He's clearly the most likely winner of this race, and maybe of the whole Breeders' Cup. Channel Maker has always been solid with good figures, and once late last year was way better than that. It's worth noting that 2 years ago, this gelding made 2 starts in California and ran tops in both. With a decent trip, Channel Maker is very likely to get into the exotics and is a must-use. Mount Everest is out of a very good mare and has a full sister that is another one. Something went wrong last year, but he's much better this year. He's a little slow going in, even getting weight, and he's on short rest and a plane trip. But he's improving and will probably get Lasix. We don't love him, but we like him more than stablemate Anthony Van Dyke, and he'll be longer. Old Persian has been very solid, but at this point he's a little overrated. He would need to improve to be contender to win. Zulu Alpha. Let's get this out of the way first. Mike Maker's record in these situations has not been good. He's gotten 1 new top and a lot of off races. But this is an interesting horse, in part because on his best he's competitive, and because he got good at exactly the same point last year. In October 2018, he ran a new top, bounced a couple of points, then got right back to his top. Well, he ran a new top this October, bounced a little, and here we are. Zulu Alpha will be a giant price, and we're definitely going to use him in exotics. The bottom line is that the turf is clearly a good spot to try to leverage exotics, since Bricks and Mortar is extremely strong, but second choice Anthony Van Dyke is unlikely to hit the board. We like all the other ones we mentioned more than him, and they will all be longer.